Hello again! My name is Ben, and today we'll be casting a disapproving eye over the 11 most controversial players still in action today. So make sure no children are listening. Some of the guys coming up are not exactly what you'd call ideal role models. Before we start, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ready? Okay, let's go! Mesut Ozil is at number 11 on our list. Despite being a dedicated philanthropist, he did cause plenty of controversy in the media for his political viewpoints. One of his most famous strops was when he refused to accept a 12.5% pay cut. I know, Mesut, how can you possibly get by on less than 350 grand a week? Outrageous! Just keep up the donations, there's a good lad. But to be fair, the Arsenal star did later offer to pay the wages of Gunnosaurus, the club mascot, when it was announced that he would be sacked. Let's just say Ozil is a good kind of controversial. And in 10th position is the irrepressible Zlatan Ibrahimovic. To be honest, we could make a whole video just about him, but a small sample of his most famous answers to the press will give you some idea of this Swede's colossal ego. He refused a trial at Arsenal when he was 17 because Zlatan doesn't do auditions. When he wasn't called up for the Swedish national team for the World Cup, he modestly commented that, "Without me, it isn't worth watching." And finally, when asked what his wife was getting as a birthday gift, he said, "Nothing, she already has Zlatan." This guy would make Narcissus himself blush, but what a player. In 9th spot on the list is Diego Costa. Unlike Zlatan, he's not much of a talker, but he sure is a doer. On the pitch, the forward is known for spitting, pinching and poking his opponents. Off the pitch, he was axed by Chelsea because, as a non-talker, he texted Antonio Conte to say he wasn't returning to work because he wanted to extend his holidays in Brazil. I guess it's understandable that he would prefer sunny Brazil to the grey skies of London, but Conte had a major sense of humour failure, and not long after Costa left the Blues to join Atletico Madrid. Eden Hazard may be a surprising inclusion at number 8, but we just can't overlook that match against Swansea in 2013, when the ball boy was innocently trying to save some time for his team by not giving the ball back to Hazard. After several attempts to recover the ball, Eden just lost his shit completely and gave the young lad a good kicking. He was obviously sent off, and I bet that ball boy will still be telling the story in his old age. Perhaps the last of the old school defenders is in at 7th place, Sergio Ramos, known by the fans as Cookie, meaning cutie, which hardly seems to match the player's hard-hitting style. Not such a bad boy off the pitch, but on it he holds the La Liga record for the highest number of red cards. And that's just when he was actually caught, because don't forget most of his career was played in the pre-VAR era. In 6th position, from Portugal, Ricardo Quaresma. Topping the list of the least manageable players, he argues, threatens, whines and pouts. And do you remember that time he threw bottles at Carlos Cavalles and said, "You're nothing without me"? Diddums. He got on the nerves of just about every teammate he ever had, for he was one of those players that would rather sell their own grandmother than actually pass the ball to another player. The 5th player on our list is Ronaldinho Gaúcho. For him, one of the greatest prizes in football was hot girls. In 2010, after his move from Barca to Milan, he rented a luxury hotel room and spent €75,000 with friends and, let's call them, aspiring models. His most recent trouble was a little bit different. He was jailed for 6 months in Paraguay for entering the country on fake documents. I'm still trying to work out how he went from sleazy womanizer to master forger, and why on earth he needed fake documents in the first place. But then again, maybe I don't really want to know. In 4th place on our list of the masters of misbehaviour, John Terry. His steamy romp with a teammate's girlfriend made the headlines and lost him the England captaincy for the first time. After making up with the FA and the Three Lions, he racially abused Anton Ferdinand in a Premier League game, and after that his relationship with the national team was never the same again. Nowadays he is pursuing a career as a manager. Hopefully he has learned from his past mistakes, but maybe it's still better not to introduce him to your girlfriend. In 3rd place of our top troublemakers, Felipe Melo, summing up his disciplinary record from the main leagues in which he played. Wow, 138 yellow cards and 15 red cards in 417 games. That's a yellow card every 3 games. That is some seriously dirty stuff. but his latest indiscipline was in the quarter-finals of the 2017 Copa Libertadores, when he punched an opponent in the face after his team was denied entry to their changing room. The match against Peñarol also ended up with 30 fans arrested and 18 police officers injured. And second place goes to Luis the Cannibal Suarez. Hard to know where to start, the list is so long. In the 2010 World Cup, Ghana was about to score against Uruguay to make it 2-1 in the quarter-final, but Suarez was on the goal line and literally made a save like a goalkeeper. He was shown the red card, but Ghana tragically missed the subsequent penalty. Sneaky Suarez was seen celebrating in the tunnel, and Uruguay went through to the semi-finals after winning the penalty shootout 4-2. And that just leaves our top spots for the Brazilian crybaby himself, Neymar. From being accused of not paying taxes in Spain, to partying while the pandemic was raging, and having his image associated with Brazil's far-right president Jair Bolsonaro. Even on the pitch during the 2018 World Cup, he became better known for his excessive play acting than for his football skills. Oh, and let's not forget that even after his record transfer to PSG, he was still making a fuss about the unpaid bonuses from Barcelona, as they were struggling to pay their bills. I know, right? People who don't pay their bills are the worst. Just ask the Spanish government. But enough finger pointing for one day. My name is Ben, and that was another Top 11 chart from Football Facts. If you thought it was cool, don't forget to share this video and please subscribe to our channel. Plenty more where that came from. See you next time.